Hello everyone! The following is a summary of floods, a natural disaster which is profound information about human strength in facing disasters, and at the same time, a call for solidarity to combat the negative effects of climate change. Now, let's go. The flood scene in China is horrifying, large-scale, causing serious consequences to people and property. In the summer of 2021, China witnessed a terrible flood in many provinces and cities. The provinces with the greatest influence include Hubei, Hunan, Anhui, Zhejiang, and Henan. The flood was caused by heavy rains that continued and flooded the area for a long period of time. The Chinese government launched a rapid and large-scale response to deal with the emergency situation. Rescue and rescue forces have been deployed, assisting in the search and rescue of stranded people and providing relief to affected residents. Floodwaters flooded the entire countryside, leaving the cattle with no way out and having to swim sideways, pitifully. Many areas in River State, Nigeria, and most of 32 other states have been inundated by the worst floods in 12 years. The floods killed more than 600 people and displaced about 1.4 million. Uruguay now, the capital is submerged in water. The monotonous streets are flooded due to heavy rain. The impact on the capital of Uruguay and other areas in the southwest of the country will be repeated in the coming hours, especially on the northern banks of the Uruguay River, where some areas have been flooded for weeks and more. 3,000 people were displaced by the floods. Flood Meteorological Director Nesta Sanana said this phenomenon was predicted, and there would be a cold spell following the rainstorm. The consequences of the flood were very serious. Dozens of people were killed and hundreds more injured. Roads, bridges, and infrastructure were destroyed or submerged, creating great difficulties for travel and relief. Many residential areas, shops, and businesses were flooded or destroyed. Turkey devastated by intense floods after earthquake. Terrifying weather has added to the suffering of thousands of people left homeless after last month's 7 to 8 magnitude quake, which caused about 52,000 people died in the country and in Syria, a dangerous area. Shocking footage of rising waters shows the helplessness as cars are swept away by the water on roads that have turned into fast-flowing water. The floods in China have posed major challenges in disaster risk management and infrastructure systems. The government has committed to upgrading the flood warning system and enhancing its ability to respond to future flood situations. At the same time, environmental protection and water resource management measures are also being introduced to minimize the impact of floods and create a more sustainable environment for both people and nature. Floods in Japan have caused serious damage to people and the country. The flood scene has caused countless houses and property to be swept away by the water. Countless people have also been swept away by the water. The flash floods were horrifying when people could not react in time. The western provinces were affected. The hardest hit include Hiroshima, Okayama, and Ehime. Floods have caused landslides, clogged rivers, and caused widespread inundation, completely submerging many residential areas. Causes of flooding in China include heavy rain, forest exploitation, and imbalance in the river system due to the construction of dams and reservoirs. Villages around the dams were quickly submerged in water. Homes, farms, and infrastructure were completely destroyed or washed away. Crops, livestock, and poultry were swept away, causing heavy damage to agriculture and people's livelihoods. Thanks for your watching. Hope you have time to feel about climate change. Please like, share, and subscribe to get more of our updates every day. Goodbye and see you again.